Greetings, it's great to see you here. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all new videos and updates. Thanks for your support. On Monday, just a few minutes before lunch, Zakar approached Christina. "I don't want to rush you, of course," he began, "but would you be willing to have lunch with me?" Of course, Christina readily agreed. She had an entire day to contemplate her feelings towards both Ruslan and Zakar. Despite the fact that Ruslan seemed more promising, she had concluded that she didn't want any further involvement with him. His self-importance was off-putting. Zakar, though not without his own complexities, appeared to be genuine in his intentions. His sincerity shone through, and he had defended her in front of Ruslan. Thus, Christina decided that if Zakar were to ask her out again, she would accept. For now, he had invited her to lunch, and Christina accepted the offer. It seemed that Zakar could sense the shift in atmosphere. During the meal, he broached the topic of going on a date. "I want you to understand that I'm not trying to take advantage of the situation or prove myself in some way. Ruslan seems to be playing his own game, but I'm not interested in that. I genuinely like you a lot. I'm prepared to put in the effort for a proper date. What would you be interested in doing? I'm open to discussing it." Christina chuckled. "Let's not approach it that way," she suggested. "Instead, let's share more about ourselves and our interests. Even if we don't find common ground, at the very least, we'll get to know each other better. Christine, where would you like to go for our date?" Zakar inquired. "Why don't we choose something enjoyable? How about a movie? Or maybe a session at a rock climbing wall? What do you enjoy?" "Let's try a movie for a change," Christina proposed. "That way, we won't need to talk so much, and we'll definitely have an opportunity for a third date." Zakar chuckled. "You're not too optimistic about our chances," he remarked. "Well, our initial interaction wasn't exactly smooth," Christina reminded him. They set the date for Friday night and spent the week having lunch together. Sometimes it was just the two of them, while at other times, their colleagues joined in. On Thursday, Sanya also joined them. Christina had been wanting to get to know Sanya better. She suspected that Sanya had feelings for Ruslan. However, it was tough to gather any information during lunch. Sanya was a rather private individual who carefully guarded her secrets. Regardless, Christina decided it wasn't a priority for her. What truly mattered was ensuring that Ruslan kept his distance. The dynamics between Sanya and Ruslan were of lesser importance. On her date with Zakar, Christina's expectations weren't particularly high. However, to her surprise, they had an incredibly enjoyable time. During their trip to the cinema, she suddenly realized that they had grown quite close over the past week. Upon returning home, Christina found herself pondering whether she truly needed this new relationship. Zakar was a nice guy, but why did she feel compelled to choose between Zakar and Ruslan? On the other hand, she probably should have posed that question to herself earlier, before her connection with Zakar deepened. In light of this, Christina concluded that she should give it more time and continue spending time with Zakar before making any decisive choices about their relationship. Zakar seemed to have a keen sense of Christina's uncertainties. On a Saturday, he surprised her with a wake-up call, whisking her away for coffee and freshly baked buns. The following Sunday, he introduced her to a city garden she had never visited before. And on Monday, he arrived at work bearing a massive bouquet of flowers, humorously declaring the office to be too drab and in desperate need of enlivening. His proclamation came with the assertion that only Christina could truly appreciate the flowers' beauty, hence he chose to grace her with them, thereby adding a touch of vibrancy to their otherwise monotonous workplace. In the evenings, he often offered to accompany her home. Together, they strolled, indulged in ice cream, and engaged in discussions about the day's events. The genuine care and attentiveness he demonstrated left Christina astounded. With each passing moment, she found herself drawn to him even more. Unbeknownst to her, her feelings were evolving into affection. Enjoying his company and relishing in his attention, she began to realize how much she valued his presence. She desired to reciprocate his thoughtfulness. Within a short span of time, she found herself eagerly seeking opportunities to spend time with him, whether it was after work or on weekends. Christina had been settled into her new workplace for more than a month now. While she still maintained her close interactions within her team, her connection with Zakar had also solidified. With him by her side, she felt a sense of invincibility, bolstered by their blossoming love. On another Friday, as the workday neared its conclusion, a text from Zakar illuminated Christina's phone screen. "Can you step into the hallway?" A smile curved across Christina's lips as she tucked her phone away, seamlessly resuming her work. Those suspicions regarding their relationship likely circulated throughout the office. Both she and Zakar had mutually agreed to keep their romance discreet. After a few minutes, she calmly left her desk and entered the corridor. In the very spot where she had previously conversed with Ruslan, she found Zakar waiting. "Is something up?" she inquired, looking at him. In response, Zakar leaned in and kissed her. "I've been missing you," he confessed. "You know I'm occupied tonight, and we won't have the chance to spend time together." Christina nodded knowingly. "I'm going to miss you too, naturally, but I think we can manage a day apart. Will I see you tomorrow?" Zakar's eyes glinted with warmth as he responded, "Absolutely. I've planned something special. Get ready for a surprise. That's precisely why I reached out," Zakar explained. "What's going on?" Christina inquired, surprised. "Are you also busy tomorrow?" "No, quite the opposite. I'm actually inviting you out for tomorrow." "It's a rather significant occasion," he said, his expression carrying a sense of gravity. "I believe we need to have a serious conversation." "A conversation?" Christina mumbled. "And is the topic going to be positive or negative?" "I believe it will lean towards the positive side. It's important to me, yet also something I find quite pleasant." "All right," Christina responded, her tension easing. "So I'll see you tomorrow?" "Yes, I'll send you all the details tomorrow. I still have a few things to finalize." Christina felt a flutter of nerves. Zakar's hints were intriguing. Could he be planning to propose? No, it couldn't be that soon. Besides, Ella had been expecting her to visit this week. However, she had to turn down Ella's invitation due to Zakar's plans. Trying to make amends, Christina had suggested that Ella come to the city instead. She proposed they go wedding dress shopping together. However, Ella's response had been cold, and she abruptly ended the call. Christina was disheartened. She had grown accustomed to Ella's dramatic behavior, but this refusal felt different and stung deeper than usual. It took her quite a while to shake off the unpleasant conversation with her friend and get herself into the right mood for her upcoming date with Zakar. "Where are we headed?" Christina asked in the evening as she settled into Zakar's car. "It's a surprise for now," he replied. "Just be a little patient. I'm confident it'll be worth the wait." They drove for a short while. In about 15 minutes, Zakar parked the car in front of a fairly renowned and upscale restaurant. Christina couldn't help but notice that Zakar was aiming to make an impression. Please let it not be a proposal, she silently hoped. The mere thought of anything wedding-related sent a slight shiver down her spine. After all, marriage wasn't exactly on her immediate agenda. As they took their seats at a well-appointed table, they placed their orders. "Christina, there's a reason I asked you to join me here," Zakar began. "I have something important I want to discuss with you." You might think this is somewhat impulsive or even foolish. Not again, the thought echoed within her mind. Please, not this. But I've made up my mind, Zakar continued, pressing on. I believe I need to talk about this with you. And I need to do it now. Zakar, the words blurted out from her. Please, let's not rush into things. We're still getting to know each other. And if you're about to say what I suspect, it's too early. We barely have enough understanding. We're both caught up in work, and we'd have no time to prepare. And that's... Hold on, the guy interjected. Have you already concluded in your mind that I'm going to propose? Christina suddenly felt incredibly embarrassed. She had jumped to conclusions without any basis. How foolish of her. Yeah, she finally admitted, cheeks flushed. I apologize. Let's just forget it. Please go ahead and share what you wanted to say. Zakar couldn't help but chuckle. Well, now my words don't seem as weighty, do they? Truth is, I wanted to ask you if you would be my girlfriend. You know, officially. I thought it would help both of us be on the same page about where we stand in this relationship, so to speak. And that's all for now. Christina was completely mortified. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. How could I have jumped to that conclusion? I'd love to be your girlfriend, of course. Girlfriend, of course.